Welcome to Save As Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Welcome back for another episode of Save As Ability. We've got two great guests today, John and Mark Cronin from John's Crazy Socks. Welcome, John and Mark.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for having your podcast. I'm really excited. Thank you so much.
We've been listeners to Save As Ability, so we're really excited to be invited on this.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. That's great. And you're top-notch guests. I know you've done the circuit and national shows and everything else, and justifiably so, because you got such a successful business that I want to talk about. But again, welcome in, everybody. This is our season 3 premiere. So thank you to everybody who's liked, subscribed, shared, and yes, built our podcast with us. This is the 52nd episode. So we've got great guests.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. We've got great guests here to open up our season 3. But again, please help us keep great content flowing for you. If you could like, subscribe, share, comment, that'll help keep us building the channel. So we thank everybody. And here we go with season 3. John and Mark, I'm fired up as usual. So I got to tell you, when I first heard about John's Crazy Socks, I think I saw you on one of the national shows, and just the designs. I love your designs. As somebody who has a small business here, we're doing angel buttons here with Archangel Communications. I have a deep appreciation for what it takes to do the manufacturing and the distribution and all the stuff. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about your business and how they can learn more about John's Crazy Socks?
Do I introduce it?
Yeah. Hi, listeners. My name is John. This is my partner, my dad, Mark, and we are Socks with the Socks, and our mission is great having it.
So, David, it's Origin Stories Matter. In a thumbnail, we started back in 2016. Where were you?
I was at Huntington High School. I'm going to be my last school.
So John was in his last year of school trying to figure out, like everybody else, what comes next. You were looking at different jobs and programs, even more schooling. Couldn't find anything he liked. And and your audience knows, this is unfortunately reality for people like John. John, you have Down syndrome.
Yes, I am. I have Down syndrome. Down syndrome, they will be back.
John, there just aren't enough good opportunities, right? Only 1 in 5 people with a disability are employed. I know you talk about that a lot. But John here is a natural entrepreneur.
Yes, I am.
If he couldn't find a job, you said you'd create one.
I did. I will create one. I will make one. I told my partner I will go big with him. And nice fathers that been together.
So we decided, John was the one who had the idea to sell socks.
I did.
We decided to test the idea in December of 2016. It tested well. It was just the two of us doing everything. Today, we have grown that business, bootstrapped it, into a slightly different type of business model. It's a social enterprise. So we have, we are a for-profit, or we certainly aspire to be a for-profit, but we also have a social mission. And the business and the social mission feed off of each other. And what are we trying to do? What's our mission?
Spreading happiness.
Spreading happiness.
Well, you're doing that. I got to tell you, if anybody looks at your designs, and I would encourage them to go to your website, we're going to put that in the description so people will have the link. But, it works because you've got great designs, you got good product, excellent customer service. And so take us a little bit into the day-to-day at John's Crazy Socks and what that looks like in your manufacturing and throughout the whole process.
Well, you have to start with the idea of always know what you're about. So we have our mission and our 5 pillars. Much of that is let's show the world what people with different abilities can do. But part of that is also, and I know you do a lot of HR stuff, of let's make it a great place to work. Right? If we want to spread happiness, we got to start there. Let's make it personal. We got to build those personal relationships, not just chasing transactions. Giving back is a big component of us. But a little bit of what you're asking about, you got to deliver on the promise. You got to have the goods. So we got to have a great website. We got to have great selection. How many different socks do we have?
Today we have 4,000 different socks.
Wow,
Which means
that's a lot of
John
SKUs.
owns the world's largest sock store.
Really?
We got to do, you got to have great service. We do same-day shipping. And because our colleagues have a differing ability, we have to be better than good. So our error rate is less than 0.2 of 1% on our shipping, because you got to pay attention to those details. But at the same time, what do you put in every package?
Every package, I get a thank you from me and candy.
A thank you note from John, candy. You see the name, you get a sticker with the name and the picture of the person who packed your order. So you don't just get socks. You get a little dose of happiness.
I love it. That is tremendous personalization, which leads to great customer experiences. And that transcends disability. I mean, you're a successful American small business. Tell us a little bit about decision points that you've made. Like you mentioned, you're a for-profit organization. There were probably some calls like, hey, go nonprofit and, we'll make this, we'll get more people with disabilities in here. Tell us a little bit about how you've come to some of the decisions you've come to be the successful private business and still be able to use disability talent.
We started as a business because John needed to earn an income. And if I was going to work with him, then we had to pay for that. So it was always driven by the need to generate an income. We hired people with different abilities, not out of altruism, but it was good business. So when we first started, we needed help. Let's get some part-time folks in here, helping us with packaging, putting things together. John got some classmates. He was still in high school. He got some classmates.
So you had talent pipelines and you were working those, which is a best practice that we love to hear here at Save Disability. We're always talking about that, John. So thank you for making us look good.
It's, if you get to know us, you'd find out that John here is a very nice guy.
Yeah.
I am not. If you're going to work with us, you got to produce. But here's some of what we can share with listeners, particularly business owners out there. Much of what we do, we run a fulfillment shop. We're a pick and pack warehouse. We're going to celebrate our 8th anniversary. Over 8 years, we've hired from 3 labor pools. People with different abilities, moms, because we schedule people in 4-hour shifts so that they can protect their benefits. But, it's great for parents. We get some dads in there because you can put your kid on the bus in the morning, come to work, pick your kid up in the afternoon. And then the third group are just general laborers who want a starting salary of $16.50 an hour. By far, the best labor pool are people with different abilities. They want to be there. They're enthusiastic. They care about what they're doing. They don't miss work. It gives us a competitive advantage. And at a time when we hear from so many of the business owners, I can't find enough workers. I can't find enough good people. We have a surplus.
There's a talent pool right there. And for any of our listeners out there, I know we have academics in the audience. Give John and Mark a call. Let's get you in there to do a study of this so that we can release that data and show this as a best practice because, it works from a business point of view. And, there's people with disabilities there, but it's not just about that. And that's really what we like the most, is the parity here. So, all right, as we begin to wrap up, guys, we could talk all day, and maybe we'll even have you back, John and Mark, to talk about the benefits cliff and everything else. But I know we're in Christmas season, and I'm so thankful that you all took the time, because this is your busiest time of year. Tell people how they can get their socks from you for Christmas.
I'll go at johnscrazysocks.com. Check it out on all our platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's even a dead thing.
You get all the social media
YouTube
covered.
channel.
Right. John'sCrazySocks.com. And like John says, all of the social media platforms, you love dancing on TikTok.
I do.
If you want to get a hold of us, if there's a way we can help you, contact us through the website, or I'm the only Mark X Cronin on LinkedIn, so you can contact me there. And here, let me give you a little pitch. You're going to get great socks.
Great socks.
We have more choice than anybody else. We got over 33,000 five-star reviews. But here's what also you're going to do. You're going to help us employ people with different abilities. You're going to help us give back. John here has donated over $800,000 to our charity partners like
Olympic, National Society, Autism Society of America.
But most of all, you're going to help us spread happiness. And if you want custom socks, we can make custom socks, put your logo, put your picture, put your images on socks, give them out to customers, friends, employees. People love it.
That's fantastic. Angel Buttons and it seems like John's Crazy Socks have a lot of things in common here. So I aspire to be like you, John and Mark. I got to tell you.
Well, David, we're also watching what you do and the impact you have, and we're grateful for that.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much on your podcast.
Well, thank you. The rising tide lifts all ships. And again, it's great to have a success story, an American business success story. And oh, by the way, there's people with disabilities involved. And really, that's what we're trying to do. Our focus here is ability. You can't have a disability without first having ability. And, here's another great example of it. So, all right, as we wrap up here, any final last thoughts, Cronins?
What's your advice to people?
Yes. Follow your heart. Follow your dream. Work hard. So you can do.
Here you go.
Here we go, Dad.
I got to tell you, that's better than advice. That's wisdom right there, John. Thank you for that. Thank you, John and Mark. We appreciate you. And thanks, everybody, for Save Visibility. Again, this is our Season 3 premiere here. We're going to keep going. Keep the comments and suggestions flowing so we can keep great content coming for you. Great guest today. Thanks again to John's Crazy Socks. It's David D'Arcangelo, another episode of Save Visibility. I hope you have a great day. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.